My dear child, listen up for a second. This message didn't just pop up by accident. There's a reason it found you right now. What you're standing in today isn't normal. And deep down, you can feel that. Something has shifted. Something real. Something spiritual. And it all started with a moment you thought was quiet. But heaven heard loud and clear. You remember that last decision you made, right? The one that drained you emotionally. The one nobody clapped for. The one you made when you were tired, worn out, and honestly just done. You didn't announce it. You didn't post about it. You just said, God, I can't do this anymore. I'm putting it in your hands. And you probably wondered if that prayer even mattered. It did. That moment flipped a switch in the spiritual realm. Angels took notice. Things started moving behind the scenes. And while you were wiping your tears and pretending you were okay, heaven was already responding. I saw the nights you broke down in silence. I saw you holding it together in public while falling apart in private. I saw the strength you faked just to survive the day. And when you finally surrendered instead of forcing it, that's when doors began to unlock. What's coming next might shock you. For real. Not because it's bad, but because it confirms something you almost stopped believing. You were never forgotten. You've been asking questions lately. Why did that situation fall apart when you were so close? Why did certain people switch up on you? Why did that opportunity disappear right when you needed it most? You thought it was rejection. You thought it was delay. But it was protection. Your recent choices sent a ripple through the unseen world. Walking away from what hurt you. Choosing peace over clapping back. Trusting God when it honestly didn't make sense. That wasn't weakness. That was power. That one act of obedience gave heaven permission to move. And now, news is coming. Information. A message. A conversation. Something that will stop you in your tracks and make you sit there like, wait, what? It won't just surprise you. It'll confirm that God has been working in silence this whole time. Don't panic when it hits. Don't overthink it. This isn't here to harm you. It's here to reveal truth. There are people who've been watching your journey quietly. Some walked away thinking you'd never bounce back. Others judged you without knowing the full story. But the last decision you made, the one that cost you comfort but saved your peace, sent a loud message into the universe. It said, this child trusts God more than shortcuts. And heaven responded, what's coming will shift the direction of your life. Something hidden is about to come into the light. I'm not sending this to scare you. I'm sending it to wake you up. While you were waiting, while you were hurting, while you thought nothing was happening, things were lining up. You didn't know how heavy that last prayer was. You didn't realize how much it shook things. But I heard every word. And now people are being moved. Truths are being exposed. Alignments are happening fast. You trusted me in the dark. Now I'm about to show you the light. You weren't abandoned. You didn't fail. What fell apart had to fall so something better could rise. That's why this news is coming. Because I promised you more. And more doesn't arrive quietly. It often shows up as a divine interruption. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Because what you're about to hear next didn't come from where you expect. And when it reaches you, it will explain everything. Stay with me for next part. Lately, you may have noticed some weird stuff happening. Random people mentioning your name. Certain folks acting different around you. Hot one day, cold the next. Plans stalling for no clear reason. Delays that made you question everything. Let me be real with you for a second. None of that is random. Not even close. That's the spiritual realm responding to your last act of obedience. That moment when you chose to let go instead of holding tighter. When you said no to something familiar and yes to peace. When you picked faith over a fast fix. That choice set angels in motion. Things started rearranging. People, conversations, timing, even emotions. And now, the response is on the way. The news that's coming is heaven answering your yes. It might make you emotional. You might just sit there in silence, not knowing how to react. You might laugh, cry, or just stare at the wall for a minute like, there's no way. But whatever your reaction is, know this. It's all part of a bigger plan. A plan that was forming long before you realized it. I'm about to reveal something others try to hide. And when it comes to light, you'll see how every single detail lines up. Nothing was accidental. Nothing was wasted. The enemy worked overtime trying to mess with your head, whispering doubts, making you second guess yourself, convincing you that letting go meant losing everything. But that was a lie. You didn't lose. You gained. You gained peace where chaos used to live. You gained clarity where confusion once ruled. You gained space for God to move without interference. And now, that space is about to be filled with something better than you imagined. When this news hits, you'll be glad you trusted God. You'll remember the tears, the fear, the lonely nights. But you'll also remember the moment things shifted. The moment you stopped forcing and started trusting. That moment wasn't small. It was everything. You're standing right on the edge of something beautiful, something unexpected. Don't let anxiety steal your excitement. What's coming is bigger than your fears. And it's not late. It's right on time. Here's something else you didn't know. God has been whispering your name to people you've never met, drawing hearts toward you, highlighting your light in a world full of noise. Some of those people are directly connected to your next chapter. The news you're about to hear will link you to new places, new conversations, new possibilities. It won't come from where you expected. And that's why it'll shock you. God's ways don't follow human logic. He moves higher, deeper, smarter. So don't resist it when it shows up, even if it looks unfamiliar, even if it scares you a little. Remember who sent it. I saw the nights you broke down, the pain you didn't post, the prayers you whispered when your voice cracked. I saw you show up for others when nobody showed up for you. That strength you displayed in private, it's about to be acknowledged in public, but the reward won't slide in quietly. It'll come wrapped in a story, a call, a message, a revelation that shakes the atmosphere. Because sometimes, to bless you properly, God has to shift the whole environment around you. People will hear about it. You'll hear about it. And suddenly, the waiting will make sense. Those who doubted you will be confused. The ones who thought you were done will wonder how it happened. But you'll know the truth. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was God. He's about to glorify himself through your story. Your name will be mentioned, but his power will be undeniable. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Just stay grounded. Because this season, it all traces back to your last yes. And in next part, you're going to understand why this blessing arrives with tension, reactions, and unexpected resistance, and how to handle it without shrinking or sabotaging what God is giving you. As this unfolds, don't be surprised if people start acting funny around you. Some will be genuinely happy for you. Others, not so much. Your growth is going to make certain folks uncomfortable. especially the ones who remember when you were struggling and felt superior back then. Let me be clear. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Do not let their discomfort turn into your doubt. You don't owe anyone an apology for being chosen. You don't have to shrink, dim your light, or explain yourself just to make others feel safe. When I decide to bless my child, I don't take a vote. I don't wait for approval. I move because my favor is divine and it doesn't need permission. Now hear this carefully. The news that's coming may not arrive how you imagined. It might come through someone you had already written off. It might show up through a door you thought was permanently closed. It may even come through a conversation that catches you completely off guard. Don't question it. Receive it. Don't let old pain talk you out of present grace. The enemy will try to whisper, "This is too good to be true." But I am not a God of false hope. I don't tease blessings. I deliver them when the time is right. And child, the timing is now. Right now. Angels are clearing paths. Right now. Hearts are being stirred. Right now. People tied to your destiny are being positioned. And soon, you'll hear something that makes you pause and say, "Only God could have done this." I know you're tired. You've been strong for way too long, smiling through pain, holding it together when you wanted to quit. You faced betrayal, disappointment, delay, and silence. And yeah, sometimes you wondered if I was even listening. I was. I was watching. I was preparing. I was making sure that when your moment came, it wouldn't be average. You didn't go through all that just to go back to normal. What's coming will explain the confusion, the closed doors, the waiting, the silence. It's all about to click. You may feel like you're not ready, but you are more ready than you think. I trained you in private, refined your heart where no one could see, spoke to you in quiet moments that shaped your character, and now I'm bringing you to what I promised. But it begins with news, a message that changes everything. Don't panic when it comes. Don't run when it feels unfamiliar. You asked me to move. This is how I'm answering. Sometimes I don't send thunder. Sometimes I send a phone call, a message, a truth revealed at the perfect time. You are not walking into chaos. You are walking into destiny. Let people talk. Let them question. You don't need to defend what I ordained. This isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about showing what happens when someone chooses faith over fear, obedience over opinion, trust over control. Hold on to this. You don't need all the answers. You just need to trust the one who does. The news may bring decisions, changes, conversations that make your heart race. But I'll be with you. I'll steady you. You won't have to fake confidence. I'll be your strength. This isn't the end. It's a powerful beginning. You're not the same person you were last year, or even last month. I've seen your healing. I've heard your prayers. You are healed enough, strong enough, ready enough to handle what's coming. It may shake you, but it won't break you. It will bless you. This divine interruption isn't your downfall. It's your elevation. Before we close, let me pray for you. Lord, thank you for bringing us to this moment. Cover this person and their loved ones with your protection.